Welcome to Ksenia's Kitchen. I'm Ksenia and this is my kitchen. Today we're going to make a down and dirty chili. This is my own recipe. I work, I don't have a lot of time, eating out is too expensive, and this is something you can have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So let's get going. You start with some garlic. If you can get the garlic cloves apart, that always helps. Want fresh garlic. And this one is a little bit of a challenge. I think we got our cloves though. So don't let little challenges get in your way. So we're just going to peel the cloves, and I have 3 cloves here, and I think that'll be good. Now when you buy garlic in the store, some stores have them 4 or 5 bulbs of garlic, and I live alone. I can't, even though I like garlic, I can't use that much garlic that quickly. So I like to get just 1 bulb at a time, and that usually works well for me. So just, cut up. This can be a rough cut. You can mince it. I just happen to like to do this, to cut it up so you have these little chunks of garlic. Garlic doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me that I might have garlic breath. Maybe it bothers other people. It doesn't bother me. Okay, that's good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our pan. And I have our pan right here. It's a nice big pan. Take the lid off. And now you want to put some olive oil. Maybe 2 tablespoons. Just for me, I'm covering the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to turn the heat on. And medium. And then what I use is frozen diced peppers, green peppers, okay? And it comes out like that. We have the diced frozen green peppers. They're separated. And now we're going to add the garlic that we had chopped earlier. We'll add that to our mix. Put this to the side. And we'll just put that in the olive oil and the diced green bell pepper for a minute. And open the package. And then what I like to do is, this is still cooking, we're going to push it to one side of the pan. I'm going to push it there. And then, and I don't mind this, with your hands you take some of the ground turkey, and then with your fingers you just break it apart so it comes in little pieces, falls onto the greased fry pan. We still have some olive oil from when we first put the olive oil in the pan. And so that's browning. Your heat is on medium. If you want it to cook a little faster, you can turn it up, but you don't want your garlic to burn. You can always make some room. Just push it to the side, make more room. Still browning. We'll give it a little more heat. We're going to let that brown. Wash our hands. And we're going to open a can of diced tomatoes, no salt added. Open that. I don't have an electric can opener. I don't need an electric can opener. I think this kind of can opener is perfectly fine. And sometimes the electric can openers don't work that well anyway. Because you have the diced bell pepper and the garlic over here, there's not a lot of heat here. There is some heat, so it will continue to cook, but not as rapidly as the center. You can see that the action is really here in the center, and that's where it's going to get brown first. And that's what I want. I want this to get more brown. I don't want it to be quite so raw before I add the diced tomato. Okay, this is how I like it. It's not completely brown. There's still a little red, but it's mostly brown. You can see the difference from the beginning when it was red or mostly red. But now we just have a little bit of the red. There's a lot of browning going on here. And it's going to continue to cook. So now I'm going to add my diced canned tomato. Just plop it in like that. Get it all in. And then once I have that in there, what I'm going to do is add some salt. And you can start out this way. Cooking, you know, it's about having fun and experimenting. So I like to start with the recipe, and then I can always, you know, amend it. And then you mix it. You mix it with your turner. And you just mix everything together. Okay? And that's looking good. We're almost there. So I'm going to let this cook for a little bit. Put the lid on. It's bubbling, and then you can turn it to low and let that cook for 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes, okay? And then we're going to add our last ingredient. So 15 minutes has come and gone, and you can see how nicely this is cooking up. The meat is all brown, the garlic is cooking. It looks very nice. We're going to add our final ingredient, and that is vegetarian beans. I love the Heinz vegetarian beans. Here you go. It just gives it a good flavor to me. Again, this is a down and dirty chili. I'm not doing it from scratch, soaking the beans. I'm using different kind of beans. Really, as I said, down and dirty. We're emptying these beans, these vegetarian beans, into the whole mixture. Put this to the side. Mix this in, incorporate it. And we're going to let it get the flavor. Let the flavor soak in. So we're going to cook for another 15 minutes. So it's not going to be that much longer before we can try our down and dirty chili. So our 15 minutes is up, and as you can see, this is bubbling very nicely. And this is done. This is our chili. Our down and dirty chili. Doesn't take that long to make. So let me just put some in a bowl and see how it tastes. It smells good. I can tell you it smells good. Now, you can have this over rice. You can make it with rice. And that's the way I used to have it, but I'm cutting out my starches. I'm not doing as much pasta and as much rice as I once did. So I'll have a bowl of this for morning, for breakfast. And I know that might upset some people or startle some people, but this is a great breakfast meal. You have your protein, your vegetable. It's a great start to the day. You can also have it for lunch. You can also have it for dinner. So this one dish is really versatile, and I like it a lot for its versatility. So what I do at this point in time is, this is my breakfast. This is going to be my go-to breakfast for the next few days. So anyway, Down and Dirty doesn't take that long, really easy. There are a lot of chili recipes out there, but if you want something in a hurry, I think this is your go-to recipe. So let me just have a bite. We have everything on it. We have the bell pepper, we have the tomato, we have some of the beans, and the ground turkey. Temperature-wise, it's a little hot, but I love the flavor. Tastes really good. Seasonings are great too. So again, you can adjust seasonings to your liking. You can add cumin, not have cumin, substitute oregano instead. Really versatile dish. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, your Down and Dirty chili. It's sensational.